Hello, I thought we could do a little work day in my life. I really need to redo my nails. They look awful and these are random and grown out, and I'll explain these later. But this hand is horrible and my gel is like chipping and getting caught in my hair and everything. And I feel like my nails are about to break. So in order to salvage some length, we're gonna redo them. Before we get started, I'm gonna make some coffee and a smoothie. I just worked out and showered, but now I have a ton of content to film and I'll kind of walk you through everything that I do. If you're new here, hello, I'm Kara. I am a nail tech and also a content creator, and I make content for brands and also for my channels, and I really focus a lot on nail education. So I'm glad you're here and I'm excited to do this video. It's my first vlog, which is crazy, but I'm excited. It's like the perfect shade of green. And now let's go into my nail room and get working. Okay, so we're in my office and it's actually probably like the messiest that it has been in a while because I've been working on a bunch of content for my nail thoughts and Cocoa certification classes that I'm teaching. That's why my nails look like this and they have random lengths and random nail art because there's a really cool nail art section in the course. I need to refilm a portion of that because I was editing all the footage and there's one video that I didn't like. So I'm gonna redo that today and refilm that, but then I also want to redo my my right hand because my nails are so long and they look so bad. I think I'm just gonna do a clear base because I have some content for brands that I need to film and I need my nails to be like clear, but I just want them to look nice and manicured so that they're like ready for that content. But I'll give you a quick overview of what we're working with here. I'm gonna tidy some stuff up and then start doing my nails. I've been just using a bunch of products recently, so I put some stuff on the floor that usually is living up there. I actually just got another one of these Nail Thoughts like drawer holders for the bottles because I want to move the potted gel into that and then stack them in there because it's just so much more organized to have everything upright like that versus like so messy in that little thing. My desk is a mess as well. I just got some new gel and it spilled on my desk, so I need to clean that off, but I just got a Sweetie nail supply order, so I got this crazy top coat that I'm so excited to try. I think I'm gonna do another video where I do my nails for my trip because I'm going on a trip next week and I want to try this out. And then I also got this new pink gel from Yogurt Gel. This is from the Magic Bead collection, I think. And it's color 29. It's like a hot pink magnet gel and it's really sparkly and pretty. So this is what we're working with. I have a bunch of mail down here that's just so messy too. So let's, oh yeah, and down here too. It's so bad. But let's tidy this up and then I'll get to doing my nails. Like I said, I'm gonna redo my nails. First, I'm gonna just redo this hand. And I think I'm gonna go live on TikTok and do it, and I'll just like film the process with this camera so that you can see what I'm doing, but I'll show you what I got out so far to do my nails. So there really isn't much gel on here at all. There's just like the thin layer of base gel, if any, because it's like chipping off in some places. So I'm not gonna use my e-file for removal, but I will use it for cuticle work because I haven't done my cuticles in a while. We're just gonna use my nib bit from Erica's. This one is really good. It's just like really tiny. Really good at getting off dead cuticle. And I also really need to shape my nails, so I'm gonna use my nail file and then buff the surface and file the surface with these two things and then clip off the dead skin with my clippers. I also have my cuticle pusher, which I forgot to show. I'll definitely be pushing these back because the cuticles are out of control. For the actual gel, Mega Stick Base by Cocoa. This is my favorite soft base gel. It's just like really adhesive and flexible, so it's really great at supporting your nails but also supporting the layer on top of your nails so that it doesn't lift or chip off. I'll be using Platinum Filler Base. This is just like a little sample bottle that I have here. This is a clear builder base gel and it's incredible and it keeps your nails so strong and I'm obsessed with it. So I think we're gonna use those two things. I don't think I'm gonna top coat it because I'm planning to do nail art for my trip. So I'll probably just do the base today and I'll kind of talk more about that process in another video too because I do that all the time where I don't finish my nails the first day and I finish them another time, another day, or like later in the week. And I'll show you how I do that process too, because doing your own nails takes a really long time. And sometimes I don't have all day to actually do them. So we'll see. But I'm gonna like set up for doing that, doing my nails, and I'll film that process too. Also forgot to mention I have isopropyl alcohol here, and then also my little pink lint-free wipes. Here's a little behind the scenes of my filming setup here. It's kind of hard to see because it's so bright, but I have 5 different studio lights, and then I literally film on top of a piece of printer paper. I love using printer paper because if you get this like messy or you spill or something, you can just get another piece. So I always have just like a stack of a couple pieces here. And then underneath it, I have like a canvas that I just got at an art supply store just for like some sturdiness and like some extra white around the edges. But yeah, and then I just have this little phone holder here. I put my phone here or my camera and just like shoot directly down. The light really helps too. But yeah, this is my setup, and I'm gonna go live on TikTok and film redoing this hand now. Primers or dehydrators is like half that number. Posted the email between like 10 and 15 right now. This is so gorgeous. I actually really like how the polish itself looks like. I would do Instagram lives if people watched, but I feel like TikTok lives are just like way more people join. Like the place where I always break a nail or almost break a nail is the oven. I feel like that'd be pretty with other colors too. And now I just have a very thin layer of the base left. Like it's almost my natural nails. So there's just like a little bit of liftedness left. Liftedness, is that a word? And if you're using builder gel too, the application of the builder gel is super important. Over curing is like not really something that you should be worrying about. Portable, so it's wireless or cordless, and I'm just gonna place it like kind of a little bit above my cuticle area. Okay, just finished redoing my nails on TikTok. They look so much better, literally so much better. And now I'm working on just reshooting some of these that I needed to reshoot, but wanted to show you this while there's good light. They're so cute. I did a YouTube short where I talked about doing an extension with a form, and everybody asked for the tutorial. So here's a quick little tutorial of it. I actually teach this in my Cocoist certification class, and it's a very long video, so I'm just gonna make it kind of sped up here to quickly explain how I do it. So you need to fit the form onto your nail, and you can see here I have like a big gap on the side walls. So I'm taking some little scissors and just cutting a little V in the form, which will help kind of customize the fit of the form to my nails. The V makes it so that I can push the form even further back underneath my free edge so that I don't have any extra gap near the sidewall. So you can see here it fits perfectly now. And then once that fit looks good, I can kind of pinch the form closed. And then this is my favorite way to do extensions right now. I'm using Cocoist Fixie Gel, which is a very thick, hard gel with nylon fibers in it that's used to actually help cover breaks in your nails, or if you have like cracks in your free edge, but you can also use it to build extensions. And the reason why I really like this is because when you're building the extension, it does not need to be perfect at all. And I just think it's really quick and fast. And it also looks so natural. So basically what you do is just apply this onto a prepped nail. You don't need any base coat. You start about halfway down your natural nail and then work the product up towards the free edge of your nail. And then since we have the form there, we can kind of extend the free edge to where we want the new free edge to be. So you can see I'm really just building out the new free edge, kind of outlining it onto the form, and then you cure it once you like kind of that shape. But again, it does not need to be perfect. Like taking this off, it looks so busted, which is absolutely not a big deal at all, because now I'm going to touch up the shape and kind of clean up the surface, and then I apply my builder gel on top of this. So since it cures with the tacky layer, I'm just cleaning that off, and then I'm grabbing my file and I can start working on my new shape. Fixie gel is super thick, so it's almost impossible to get like a smooth, clean application when you're applying it on top of the form, but it's super easy to file into your desired shape, and you can kind of just choose what length you want it to be. This would be amazing if you broke like 1 or 2 nails and you just wanted to match the length instead of cutting all of your nails short to match. But I also think it's
it's so quick that if you just wanted to have long nails, instead of using like tip extensions, this would be a really easy and quick way to add length to your free edge. And I just think it looks so natural, like especially if you use the Fixie Gel natural color like I did. It has like an off-white kind of tint, and I think it literally looks just like my free edge. Once you're done shaping, the surface of the nail can also be a little bit uneven and bumpy because there are those fibers in the gel. So I just like to gently file it to kind of smooth it out, but I don't want to take off any of the product. So I'm literally just doing a gentle file. You can also just buff it at that point too. But then once you like how everything looks, cleanse it off again to get rid of any of that dust. And then you literally just apply your builder gel like you normally would on top of your natural nails. So since my nails are really well prepped, I'm just applying my platinum filler base on top because it's a base gel and a builder gel. But if your builder gel doesn't have a base built in, you would want to do a base gel before applying the builder gel. And again, I just apply it like I normally would on a long nail, and I think it just looks so natural and amazing. Whenever I do this, I'm blown away by the results because I just think it looks so good, and I love how natural and like thin it is. It doesn't feel like you're wearing like a thick tip, and it doesn't add any like unnecessary bulk to your nail. And here's the final result. That only took me like a few minutes. It's so easy and it looks so realistic and natural. And I'll have a link below to enter your email address if you're interested in being notified when I'm doing my next Cocoa certification class, probably in the spring and fall.
Okay, it's a few days later. I need to get more consistent with vlogging, but I'm about to redo my nails actually. I'm going to Palm Springs this week, so I need to do my toes and my nails and actually do something fun on them. So I'm gonna get started on that tonight. And I think I'm gonna do a whole new video for that process, so stay tuned for that. But I figured I would do a Q&A. I asked for some questions on Instagram and TikTok, so let's get into that. First question I got a couple of times was, how do I film my nail videos, and like how do I do like behind the scenes? Or maybe you just want to see behind the scenes, which I'll definitely show more of that in more of my videos too. But I always use my iPhone actually for my nail videos, and I showed you the filming setup earlier. So I just have all those lights on. I really am like a stickler about lighting. I want it to be as bright as possible. So the studio lights really help. And I actually have this new light that I'll show at some point too. It's like a rainbow. You can kind of see it in my glasses reflection, but that has really helped just make it so bright to film. And then I just use my iPhone, and I have this like really sturdy phone stand. I've used like super inexpensive phone stands before, and I actually really think that this is a good investment to make because it holds your phone really steady so that it's not like bouncing around. Just have 4K at 30 frames per second. I don't really know if that matters. I feel like I just saw this on TikTok and just followed what somebody said. Nothing fancy. I just film. I think lighting just helps so much. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, so it's not even like the newest iPhone, but I feel like the camera quality on this one is actually really good, and it makes me not even want to upgrade to a new one because this one is like really great, and I've heard mixed reviews about the newer ones. Another question I got was which camera I'm using to actually film this. So I put all of the products that I use for filming, including this new camera, on my Amazon shop. So I'll be sure to link that below. I got this like little Canon camera where the lens like flips up. Can you see that kind of? That's what the camera looks like. And you can like pull up this screen right here, which is super convenient because now I can see what I look like in the frame. I really like it so far. Super easy and user-friendly to use. Another question about organization and how I just organize all my stuff, and I'd love to do a separate video all about that once I clean up my station, because if you could see how messy my desk is right now, you would laugh because it's like I'm not organized at all. There's just stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna organize that and get it all nice and clean, do a little reset, and I'll film that and show you exactly what I use because this has been a work in progress for like the past year, and I'm finally happy with how I have everything set up. Okay, next question. Why does gel sometimes shrink away from the edges? So most of the time this is gonna happen if whatever you have underneath your gel is not compatible with what you're putting on. So if you're applying it directly onto your nails and you haven't prepped them enough, like they're not roughed up, there's no texture on your nail, or you haven't cleaned off the oils or fully dehydrated them, that can lead to shrinking. Also, if you are using two different brands of gel that are not compatible with each other, that can also lead to shrinking because the tacky layer of your first layer, like your base layer, doesn't work well with whatever you're putting on top. So sometimes when you're mixing like a pure gel and a hybrid gel, for example, like I love using Cocoist, which is pure gel. If you were to use like, this is not, I don't know if this actually happens, but just for example purposes, if you use like a Cocoist base and then you use an OPI color, those are two different types of gel. So the Cocoist is pure gel, OPI is hybrid gel. It's possible that they just don't mix well. So that can just cause shrinking or like cratering or pulling away. So whenever you have like shrinking or the gel's pulling away, that means whatever is underneath, whatever the base is underneath what you're putting on, there's just something incompatible with it. So if that is happening to you, I would recommend buffing your nail lightly again and then cleanse it really well with isopropyl alcohol to clean off any oils and dust. And if you're using like a base gel and the color that you're putting on top is shrinking away, I would recommend wiping off the color and then wiping the base gel super well with isopropyl alcohol and then try again. And if it's still pulling away, maybe buff the surface lightly, like really, really lightly to kind of rough it up a little bit and then wipe it again and then apply the color. Because gel needs like a matte kind of scratchy surface to be able to adhere and like stay in place. And if it's too smooth, it can shrink. And also if the tacky layer of whatever your base is not compatible with whatever you're putting on top, that can cause a shrinking too. So I hope that helps. Another question I got is Builder Gel less damaging than Gel X? Okay, so first off, any nail product can be damaging or non-damaging. It all depends on how you are using it and how you're removing it. So for example, if you're using Builder Gel all the time, but you remove it really harshly, then it can be damaging to your nails. But if you're being really gentle and you're doing like fills like I like to do and you're not over prepping the natural nail, then it can be non-damaging. It just really depends on how you're using the products and how you're removing it. And it really is like users and user error that causes the damage, not the product itself. With that said, I personally love Builder Gel because you're able to grow your natural nails and make them longer, so you don't have to keep applying tips on top of your nails. I just really like the look of like the natural shape of like when your nails grow out. I think it looks really nice and natural versus when you put a tip on top, you're already automatically adding a little bit of extra bulk and like unrealisticness because you're putting something on top of your nail. Whereas with Builder Gel, you are enhancing your natural nail, if that makes sense. With Gel X, if you are removing it every single time with acetone and prepping your natural nail every single time, that can cause damage because that's a lot of nail prep and you're also removing something fully every single time. Whereas with Builder Gel, you can do fills and keep a thin layer of your gel on your nails at all time and keep them strong that way. And it just is less damage. You can do fills with some Gel X, like with the Cocoist Gel Up system, you can do fills with that. That's a little bit less damaging, but again, it really just depends what you use. But if you're trying to choose between one or the other, I think just go with whatever you're interested in. Like if you want length right away, obviously Gel X would be better for you. But if you're ready to commit to Builder Gel and growing your nails gradually so that you can have your own natural nails be what's giving you length and like growing your own natural nails, and you're ready to commit to the fill process where you redo your nails every like 3 to 4 weeks, that can be really great for your nails. It just depends like what you have the time for and what outcome you're looking for. Anything can be damaging if you use it incorrectly and remove it harshly. So yeah, but let me know if you have more questions on that. It's kind of a long-winded answer. Another like kind of general nail question is if rubber base is a good option for weaker nails. So rubber base is basically just a marketing term for a specific type of builder gel. I think it's super confusing because brands come out with these products called rubber bases. Like there's no like universal title for products across the nail industry. So some brands come out with rubber bases and other brands don't have it. And it just is confusing because you're like, which one do I use? Which one is right for me? But I'm pretty sure rubber bases are just builder gels that are softer and more adhesive. So you can use them underneath other products like you would like an adhesive base gel. And you can also use them to do like a small overlay if your nails are like shorter to medium. So is it better for weaker nails? Probably, because it's more adhesive. It's a little bit softer than like a semi-hard or a hard builder gel, so it probably will stay on your nails better. But if you are interested in like the products that I use, nothing is called a rubber base. So I just know like the hardness of the gels that I like to use. And that's kind of what I pick the gels based on. So I can do another video on like the product range that I like to use and like how to know which product is right for your nails. If you're interested, let me know. But yeah, I think in general, like rubber base would be good if your nails are weaker, but also a softer builder gel, like a more adhesive, flexible builder gel would also be good too. Just depends on literally which brands you're using and what they call their products. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I need to get started on doing my nails. So stay tuned for the next video. I'm gonna go through like my entire process for getting ready for my trip to Palm Springs, what I do on my feet for at-home pedicures, and then also what I'm doing on my nails. So I'll do both of those. If you have any questions, let me know. And be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll keep doing these Q&As too. I also do Q&As on those platforms as well from time to time. So if you have questions or if you want to just DM me, I'm always happy to help. But I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what else you want to see from me, because I'm just kind of starting out with YouTube and would love to know what you're interested in seeing. And be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna try to be posting videos like every week, at least a couple times a month. And I'm gearing up to post more. Thanks for spending the day with me, and I'll see you soon.